Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle for Monday, the 26th of July, 2021. A new week is beginning. It's early morning here in Bangkok. I have to start work early this morning, and so I'm playing an early game. And welcome to new players because today is always beginner's day. Monday is easy level day, and for people with less experience, we go very slowly. A nice easy game to play if you're less experienced, and I will try to explain how to play the game properly. Just before that, I'd like to mention a jazz artist because I'm still trying to promote jazz as much as possible. It's a thing that I love more than Sudoku even. And if I mention vibraphone, the vibraphone, there are a couple of great artists that come to mind, of course, but one of the newer ones, one that I've only become familiar with fairly recently, is a young man by the name of Warren Wolf, and he's a nice player. I believe he learned with Joe Locke. I'm not sure about that though, but you can check that out on his website. If you go to the website, and also on Spotify, you can hear some of his great vibe playing. Okay, and good luck to Warren Wolf. Right, so I would like to explain the rules of Sudoku because, as I said, it's beginner's day, so I definitely have to explain the rules. So what you see is a large grid of 9 squares across and 9 squares down. And you'll see some digits already filled in. And those digits are anywhere between 1 and 9 because that's what we do. There are 9 squares across, 9 squares down, and we fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each of the boxes, sometimes call them cells. And we squeeze them in there. That means across and down. And then there are these sections. That we refer to, blocks. And we also try to fit the numbers 1 to 9 in each block. So, for example, this 9 here, and you can see there are a lot of numbers in this row already. Only 1, 2, 3 more to get, actually. We've almost finished this row. But anyway, 9 cannot reappear, so the 3 missing numbers are the other 3 numbers that we need to complete 1 to 9. Now you see 9 here, so the same 9 is actually in this column and therefore cannot be in this column again. Now you see this column doesn't have many numbers yet, only 2, only 9 and 8. So we have numbers 1 to 7 to fit into this column here. And then again we consider this block, and we see we've got 4 numbers already, 6, 9, 7 and 8. So numbers 1 to 5 excuse me, we have to fit into this block here, and that's how we play the game. So the number can appear once only in its row, which is across a column, up or down, and then block sections. Okay, hope you've got that. So how do we play the game? We use the idea that a number can appear once to place it. We don't guess, by the way. This is not a guessing game, and it's also nothing to do with maths. So this 9 blocks, or remember, 9 can appear in this column only once. So can it appear here? No, 9 can't be here because we've already got a 9 in this column here. And can a 9 appear here or here? No, because we've got a 9 here. So this column is out. So this square is out, and these 2 squares are out. So we've got 2 left to look at. And we see this 9 across here means 9 can't reappear in this row. So that can't be 9. So if that's not 9, that's not 9, that's not 9, and that's not 9, that must be 9. And this is how we play the game. Now the number that we have just placed is useful to us because it now blocks across this row. I use the term blocking, meaning can't reappear. This 9 means 9 can't reappear or is blocked across this row here. This 9 means this is blocked here, these 2 are blocked here, and this 9 blocks down this column. So there's only this square here which is not blocked by other 9s that are already placed. Okay, up here there's a 9 blocking across, 9 blocking across, and 9 blocking up. So we can put a 9 here like this. Now actually you'll notice, because it's highlighted in yellow, which is useful sometimes if you're playing on the computer, in this block we have a 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, everywhere except this block. Now that means that we know that we can get the 9 in this remaining block because we have 8 of the other 9s, and there's only one block left where we don't have it. So this 9 blocks down here like this 9 blocks this square, and so the 9 has to go here. That's the last one, and we can always get the last one. That's a rule that you can remember. Now, what else do we need? Well, I see there's 3 blocking across this row here, right? No 3 is allowed here like this, and I see a 3 blocking up here like this. So there's just one square where we can place a 3. It must go there. So, you know, what we do is we look around the grid, we see this 2 blocks across this row here, and this 2 blocks down here, and so that's the only space where a 2 can go now. And hopefully you're looking at these 2s. Look up the columns, up and up here like this, and guess what? 2 must go there like that. Okay. This, what's missing now? Okay, when you get to slightly more advanced thinking, I'll show you something that may be a bit tricky first time. I'm not sure if I should explain this, but anyway, do you see that this 8 means that an 8 can't go here? Okay, so we know that an 8 must be able to go in one of these 2 squares. Now, where does it go? Well, we can't say. We don't know if it's in this square or this square, but we know it's not here, right? Because we've got a blocking 8 here. Now, 8 will either be placed here or here, even though we can't say which one. We do know something else. We know that it won't be down here, so this square down here definitely can't be 8, because 8 will be in one of these 2 squares, right? So this is not 8. So we're focusing on this block down here now. And now this 8 here means that this can't be 8 either, and we don't have an 8 in this block yet. So there's only one square that doesn't see an 8, and it's that one there. There are 3 numbers missing in this column. We have a 1, we have a 2. Do we have a 3 yet? No, but hold on, remember that, right? 3. Do we have a 4? No, we don't have a 4. We have a 5, yes. 6, yes. 7, no. So we've got 8, yes. 9, yes, just to count through, right? So we are 3 numbers missing from 1 to 9 here, and the missing numbers are 3, 4, and 7. 3, 4, and 7. Now we know we've got 3 squares left with 3 numbers to fit in. But if you examine this square here, can it be a 4? No, because we've got a 4 here. Can it be a 7? No, because we've got a 7 here. So if it can't be 7 and it can't be 4, then clearly it's got to be 3, because that was the other number missing from this column, right? Now we also know that this must be 7 and 4, because we said a moment ago 3, 7, and 4. And we see that this 7 blocks this square here, so now we know that 7 is here, and we can fit in the last number of the column because it was 4, as we mentioned before. Okay. Usually when we see something like this, we look and see what's missing here, and we see that it's 1 and 6, and we look up and down and we say, do we have any intersecting 1s or 6s? And we say, no, we don't. Okay, so we know we don't. So we can't place them, but we do know what 2 numbers go there. Let's have a look at this row across here. Now we have 2 numbers missing. Now there are 2 ways to consider this. First of all, which numbers are missing? We count through it and we see we don't have a 1 and we don't have a 2. So 1 and 2 are the missing numbers in these 2 squares, okay? Now one way of looking at it is like this. There's a 1 here, so 1 can't reappear in this block here, so 1's got to be over here, right? Or another way of looking at it is this one here blocks along this row, and we know that this number here, we've got a 1 that is one of them. 1 and 6 are missing here, right? So the 1 will block along here when it's placed, and so that will put the 1 up here. Either way you look at it, the result is the same. And this is something you find in Sudoku. There's very often more than one way to see exactly the same thing. Missing number here is 2. We can place that. And if you remember, 6 is missing here, 1 and 6 is missing here. So If 6 blocks across here like this can't be a 6 here, we know that that has to be a 6. And now we've got just one number missing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5, so we know that 5 has to be in that row there. So we're coming along quite nicely. You can see we've got a couple of we've got a completed column, 2 completed rows. Okay. Now we also see this 7 blocking down, so this square here is blocked by this 7, so we know that 7 must fit there, and there's only one number missing in this block now, and you'll see it's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5 yet, so we place our 5 there. I hope you've got the idea now. There are several kind of ideas of logic, but only one actual correct solution to each cell or square. There's 6 blocks across here like this, so this square can't be 6 because of this here, so 6 will fit here. And now, did you remember our 2 numbers that were missing here were 1 and 6? If you don't remember, it doesn't matter, you just count through again. You see we don't have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, so 1 and 6 are missing. Now this 6 now blocks this from being a 6, so we know that 6 goes here, and the last number to get is a 1. Now look, we've only got one number missing in this column and this column, so we're sure to be able to get it. If we look at this column here and start counting, we'll see 1 is the first number. We don't have a 1, so we'll put a 1 here, and then either we can look up this column here, or we can count the numbers in the block and it will be the same. I'll show it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an 8. Or count column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't have an 8. Whichever way, it's the same. Okay, let's do our 3 numbers trick again. What 3 numbers are missing here? We have a 1. Do we have a 2? No. 3? No. 4? No. So 2, 3, and 4 are missing in these 3 squares because we have everything else. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2, 3, and 4. Now, have a look at this column and see what you can see. Now, I hope you notice that there's a 3 up here and a 4 up down here. And these are part of the numbers that have to go in these 3 squares. So if it can't be 3 and it can't be 4, it has to be the other number, and the other number was 2, if you remember. Down here, across here I should say, 5 blocks this square here. We need a 5 in this block, so 5 fits here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8 now. It goes there. There are 2 numbers missing here. It would be good to find out what they are. Well, we don't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we don't have a 5. So 1 and 5 are the missing numbers in these 2 squares from this column. And when we look, we see a 5 blocking this square here. So we know that can't be a 5. It must be a 1, and the 5 must be down here. Where to look now? Shall we see what the 3 missing numbers along this row are? We have 1, 2, 3. We don't have a 4 yet. And we don't have a 5 yet. We have a 6, but we don't have 7. So the 3 missing numbers in here, here, and here are 4, 5, and 7. 4, 5, and 7 in these 3 squares. Right, let's examine this square here. Oh, look, 4, 5. So what is it here? Got to be 7. Now 4 and 5 must be in these 2 squares. And look down here, here's a 5 blocking this square here. So we know 5 must be here, and 4 must be here. What else should we do? Maybe we should check 3 numbers in this column here. Do we have a 1? No, we don't. Do we have a 2? No, we don't. Well, do we have 3? Yes. 4, 5. No, 6. So 1, 2, and 6 are the missing numbers in these three squares, 1, 2 and 6. Try to remember 1, 2 and 6. So let's examine them. And what do we see? Well, I see a 1 blocking this square here, but it could go here or here, we don't know. But then when we see a 2 here, look, remember a number can appear in its block only one time. So this, 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 and this, and this cannot be 2 because this 2 can appear once only. So if it's not this square or this square, then the 2 must go here. And that will leave the 1 and 7 in these two squares down here. Now look, here's a 1 saying, go away, you can't be a 1. So that will have to be, sorry, not a 1 and 7, I'll take that back. 1 and 6, I should say, sorry, 6. See, you can make mistakes in Sudoku and survive. So about making mistakes, right? You will. It's human nature. Unless you are a machine or a robot or a computer or something, you will make mistakes playing Sudoku. Now, if you make a simple mistake like that, just kind of just forgetting the wrong number for a second, and if you're playing on the computer, it will highlight it for you. If you're not, if you're playing it on pencil and paper, then of course you might not notice anything. Now, if you notice a mistake and you haven't changed anything since you made the mistake, you can just simply undo it, erase it, change it. If, however, you made a mistake and it was several moves ago, you may find that at the end of the game it doesn't work out. And the best thing to do is to start again, actually, from the empty grid, reprint it and start again. But don't worry, you definitely will make mistakes. You'll see, I've been playing this game for many, many years and I still make mistakes. Even simple ones like that sometimes. Now, we don't yet have a 1 in this block here, but you see 1 blocking these two squares here, and this one blocking across here. So if we're blocked in these 3 squares, there's only 1 square left where we can place our 1. It must go there. Now, part of the game is understanding where to look next. Really, the thing that slows you down in the game is deciding where to look. Now, this is a basic puzzle, very easy puzzle, so it's fairly intuitive as to where to look for the numbers. Like I've been looking at, 3 empty squares, something like this, and that's where I'm going to look next. But when you play the harder level puzzles, it's not as easy as that. Okay, so what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have 6, 7, or 8. We've got a 9. So 6, 7, and 8 are missing. 6, 7, and 8 are missing. Look. 6 and sorry, I'm trying to click. 6 and 7 are in this column, so we know that's got to be an 8. Now we'll take that 8 and say it blocks these 2 squares over here, and then we have, we have this 8 down here blocking up this square. So we're blocked here, here, and here. So there's only 1 place left. Let's put our 8 here like this. Shall we check along here? By the way, this was 6 and 7. But look, when we look down here, we don't see any other intersecting 6s and 7s. That means we can't fill in these 2 numbers. We don't know what they are. So we just leave them for now. Oh, okay, but we do know that they are 6 or 7. Do you remember? Let's count through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have 6. We don't have 7, 8, 9 we have. So if we know that these are 6 and 7, we can in fact get this square here. Okay, because it's whatever is left. So we've got 1. Do we have a 2? No. Can 2 go here or here? No, because this is 6 or 7. So we know that that's got to be a 2 there. And now that we've got that, we'll say it blocks down this column here, so none of these squares can be a 2. Then we have a 2 blocking across here, meaning that's not a 2, so the 2 must go there, and that's the last digit 2 that we have to fill. Sometimes we come back and look and see what we had earlier, which we couldn't do, but sometimes now we can because we've filled in things. Now, it's a long time ago. You've probably forgotten. I've forgotten what numbers are missing here. So we'll count again. 1, we've got 2. We don't have 3. We don't have 4. We have everything else. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 and 4 have to appear here or here. Now, earlier on, we couldn't say which went where, But now we can, because now we have a 4 up here, which stops that from being a 4. And we know now 4 must be here, and 3 must be here. Isn't it a nice game? You know, just solving this logic. It's really a nice thing to do. Where should we look next? Well, let's see what's missing over here. 1, 2, 3 and 4, but still no help on 3 or 4 for these missing squares here, so we don't know. So let's come and look down here and see what we have. We've got 1, 2. Do we have a 3 in this block yet? No. So let's see what's intersecting. Well, we have a 3 blocking across here. That's all we can say, so that's not much help. Do we have a 4? No. We have 4 blocking across here and across here. So 4 is in one of these 2 squares, but still we can't place it up here. We don't have an intersecting 4. 5s. 5 blocks across here and 5 blocks down here. So that means we can place this, which is a 5. Now, a moment ago we looked at the 4 and we said 4 blocks across here and 4 blocks across here, giving us these 2 squares, but now we don't have this square available. So if you double check and go back, 4 blocks across here, 4 blocks across here, and now there's only 1 square available for 4. It must be here. And now we can solve this block here too, because 4 was one of the missing numbers here. Now it clearly can't be this square, so it's got to be here. The last number to get is 3. There's one number missing in this column. It's a 3. 1, 2, there's no 3. So we can place our 3 here now. We don't yet have a 7 for this block, but I see an intersecting 7, so it means 7 can't go there. 7 must go here, and the last number to get here is 8. There's only one number missing in this row here, so we look for it and we see the first number we can't find is a 1. So we put the 1 there. There's one number missing along this row now, so we can get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have a 7, so that must be a 7. We've only got 4 numbers to finish the whole puzzle now, so it should be good. 1, 2, we don't have a 3 in this block yet, but here's a 3 saying you can't be a 3, so you must be a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 6 now. Okay, so it means that up here, 2 ways of looking at it. This can't be a 6 because we just placed a 6 and we need a 6 here. And if you remember from a while back, the last number that we needed to fill here was a 7. Okay, and I put it in a small number because the software that I'm using means that the puzzle will disappear off the screen if I put it in as a big number. Don't worry about small numbers and big numbers. We'll get onto those once you've played a few games at basic level, which I hope you will do. I mean, there's a whole list of basic level and beginner level puzzles for you to try on my channel. So subscribe to the channel, look for the list of beginner puzzles, play a few, and then we'll move up a notch. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.